The number one way to predict if your life is going well, like a metric, if you were to point it down, would be through core events. What are core events? Think of those crazy vivid memories that we have of certain events. The school's night out, for example, that's a core event in your life. Your first girlfriend, that's a core event in your life. All these big moments. But I want to ask you right now, when was the last time you have had a core event? For me, it was 3 months ago when I had slept on a mountain alone. Like that's a big core event in my life. That I had no phone, no internet, nobody I could contact to. I was alone on a big, massive mountain sleeping. It was freezing cold, crazy winds. Almost like I was very scared, basically. But that is a core event in my life. But that was 3, 4 months ago. And before that, it must be at least 3 to 6 months that I had another core event, which says something like ideally humans should be having core events every week or at least at the minimum every 2 weeks. But our lives have become like crazy mundane to the point where I just sat in the room all day. It's fine, you're working on your business, but that is not a core event. That is not something that's gonna enrich your life. You need to go out there and get some core events. So recently, like I've been starting to like cold approach on the street, but that's not a core event for me. It's like an exciting thing. It's something like it's as exciting as probably working on my YouTube, for example. But both are not core events. Like it's a job, it's a thing that you do just for improvement, but it's not something that core event boom. So if World War III were to happen right now and we all were drafted to the war, we just have to fight for like 1 month minimum. That would be a crazy core event. So I'm talking about those kind of big moments that you can point and flash back to in your life. If you would remember, these core events were more popular in your childhood. And I have a few theories as to why that is. Firstly, the world is just new for you. So even small things for you are like core events only. So anytime like something happens for the first time you see it, it's like a core event. Core events do not have to be something massive like, oh, I bought my first car, or that's a core event. No, like sure, that's a core event, but it can be as small as like, you know how those trains, like when they go fast, like you can hang from the door. If you've never done that, trust me, that will be one hell of a core event. If you just hang from the train and just like see the world passing by at 120 kilometers per hour, it is absolutely like thrilling. And you're on the edge of death, basically one step out and then you're gone. Your hands will be sweating, everything, like absolutely amazing experience. But it's things like this, man, and if they were more prevalent in your childhood, because everything is new, firstly. But secondly, like what happened as we got older is we just got cucked by society, basically, where we were forced to just sit in our little rooms, focus on our exams, like not really explore or do anything out of the box, like adventure, outdoors, new experiences. We said no. First, we should focus on, the exams, making the money, focusing on our career first, and then after that your life will be good. But it's never like that, bro. Like just look at 90% of the 40, 50-year-old people that followed this same script that you are following right now, of studying, degree, job, and then they were promised that they would have a good wife, children that love them, this and that. They were promised all these things, but they don't have any of it. Forget core events. They don't even have like, their life is mundane, bro. Absolutely mundane. This is a new perspective I'm giving you right now. Chase core events as a weekly thing, because daily core events is rarely possible, but it is possible. In the start, you may be able to do it with a few different ideas. In the comments, if you go right now, I have given you a massive list of first time core events that you can try. 90% of core events involve people. If I just flash back to my childhood and like past core events, 90% of them have people in it. So what does that mean? We're socially isolated, and you're not hanging around with the right people, or you're not like random fuckery with friends is fine, but it's not core events. But you need people, basically. You need friends to like mess around with, to do whatever. And I understand how hard it can be, like connecting with people again, and like there's very few ways to do it. But I'd say you start off on your own first. I'll give you like core event ideas in the comments. So you try these, and who knows, you might actually find people and who are willing to do the same with you. Like spend less time on the screens, spend more time outdoors, doing core event stuff. And if you follow the same script that you are following right now, you are doomed for a life without core events. Every day will be the same and your life will be over. So that's what I'm most scared of, and that's what I hate about living in like a box, in a home, in a cage, is that you don't get to live in the true like tribal way, that you tribal and like, how do you call it, like just tribal way of living life. You don't get to live in that mindset or mind frame where you're like an adivasi, like you do anything like without consequences. But that those are core events. Like imagine back in the day, just imagine, like you're probably killing people, like these tribal like killing your first person, that's a core event. You like the more core events you have, basically the richer your life is. So like let's say you win in your first stock, you're investing in stocks, and you get your first like massive win, and you make like, I don't know, like you make 100% gains in the quick trade. That's a core event. But then if you do that again, that's no longer a core event. Do you understand? So that's all I wanted to talk about. If you have anything to tell me about this on Instagram, just send me a DM and I'll speak to you. And take care.